To understand the modern world, we have to recognize that everything around us is part of a larger system. These systems are not independent, they are interconnected. The financial system, the energy infrastructure, and the technology we use every day all work together to create the reality we live in. When you look at the world this way, you stop seeing random events and start seeing patterns. One of the most important patterns in the global financial system is compounding. Most people are taught that if you want to earn more money, you have to work more hours. This is a linear growth system, in which an hour of work is compensated with a specific amount of money. However, the wealthiest individuals and the largest institutions in the United States do not rely on linear growth. They follow an exponential growth system, most commonly known as compounding interest. In this video, we are going to look at how this system works, the math behind it, and why it is the most effective way to build wealth. At its core, compounding is the process where the value of investment increases because the earnings on that investment are reinvested at the end of each period. Instead of being paid out, those earnings start to earn money themselves. To understand this, let's look at a simple example. Imagine a person who invests $10,000 at a 10% return, compounded annually for 3 years. At the end of year 1, they earn a $1,000 profit. Instead of taking that profit out, they leave it in the fund. This means their new total for year 2 is $11,000. When year 2 ends, the 10% profit is calculated on that new total of $11,000, resulting in a profit of $1,100. By year 3, the total has grown to $12,100, and the profit earned at the end of that year is $1,210. As you can see, over time, the amount of money earning interest gets larger and larger. This creates a curve that represents exponential growth, where the progress starts very slowly but eventually moves upward very quickly. In the beginning, it looks like nothing is happening. This is the stage where most people give up because they do not see immediate results. But if the process is not interrupted, the math eventually takes over. You may be wondering how this is different from simple interest. In a simple interest calculation, the return is always calculated only on the original amount. If you were to map this on a graph, the relationship between your profit and time would show linear growth. It is a straight line that never gains momentum, regardless of how much time passes. While the difference seems small over 3 years, it becomes massive over a lifetime. To see the true scale of this difference, imagine 2 people, person A and person B. Both start with $50,000 and hold their investment for 30 years at a 10% rate. Person A uses a savings account paying simple interest. Because the 10% is only ever calculated on the starting $50,000, their profit is a fixed $5,000 every year. Following that linear growth path, they end the 30-year period with $200,000, their original $50,000 plus $150,000 in interest. While this is a good result, it pales in comparison to person B. Person B enters an exponential growth system. Because their profits are reinvested every year, their money starts working for them. At the end of 30 years, person B's investment grows to $872,470. The difference between the linear system and the exponential system in this scenario is over $672,000. This is the difference between simply getting by and achieving true financial freedom. In the United States, wealth is largely built by those who understand that time is more important than the amount of money you start with. Because the compounding system needs time to reach the vertical part of the growth curve, starting early is the greatest advantage a person can have. To illustrate this, let's compare 3 options for a single $5,000 investment growing at 8% compounded annually until a retirement age of 65. Option 1, $5,000 is invested at birth. By age 65, it grows to $743,900. Option 2, $5,000 is invested at age 15. By age 65, it grows to $234,508. Option 3, $5,000 is invested at age 30. By age 65, it grows to $73,927. The math is clear. The sooner you enter the system, the more wealth you can accumulate. The most common way to access this system in the US is through the stock market, specifically the S&P 500. This is a list of the 500 largest companies in the country. Over the last several decades, the average return for this system has been about 10% per year. However, we must account for another interconnected system: inflation. Inflation is the process where the cost of goods goes up, which means the purchasing power of your money goes down. With US inflation averaging around 3%, your real growth in the financial system is closer to 7% per year. To calculate how long it takes for your money to double in this system, you can use a simple tool called the Rule of 72. You take the number 72 and divide it by your expected rate of return. Using our 7% real return, 72 divided by 7 is approximately 10.2. This means that every 10 years, your investment doubles in value. If you have $10,000 today, in 10 years you will have the equivalent of $20,000. In 40 years, that original $10,000 will have doubled 4 times, becoming $160,000. Most people fail to benefit from this not because the math is wrong, but because they do not understand the timeline. In the first decade, growth feels slow. A 7% return on $10,000 is only $700 in a year. Many people look at that and decide it isn't worth the wait, choosing instead to spend that $10,000 on a car or a vacation. When they do this, they are effectively resetting their file to 0. They are stopping the system before it can reach the stage where the numbers become significant. We also have to discuss the factors that slow this system down. In any system, there is friction. In finance, that friction comes from 2 main places: fees and taxes. Many investment accounts charge management fees, often 1% or less. While 1% seems small, it isn't just taking 1% of your money today. It is taking 1% of all the future growth that money would have created. Over 40 years, a 1% fee can actually strip away 25 to 30% of your final wealth. This is a massive leak in the system that many people overlook. The second form of friction is taxes, specifically on realized gains. Every time you sell an investment to take a profit, the government takes a percentage. This leaves less money in the system to continue compounding. This is why successful investors try to hold their positions for as long as possible. By not selling, they keep 100% of their money working, allowing the math to operate on the largest possible balance for the longest possible time. To wrap up this file, the logic is simple. The financial system in the US provides a clear structure for exponential growth. To use this system effectively, you must minimize friction by keeping fees low and avoiding unnecessary taxes. You must provide the system with enough time to move past the slow early stages, and most importantly, you must not interrupt the process.